Shabbat Shalom. We're going to start in like 30 seconds. If you haven't sat down, you can sit at like one row closer than you think you want. And those of you who are on time, thank you for being here. Shabbat Shalom. Here's my request. People are going to be coming in for at least the first like 10 minutes. If you see someone coming in, smile, welcome them in, help them find a seat, make them feel like you're happy that they're here, because we're going to be singing. It'll be a little harder for me to do that. So especially those of you in the back, welcome new people. Okay. Take a deep breath. We're going to start. I'm Rabbi Megdal. I'm Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Keep the welcoming happening. I'm so grateful to all of you for being here, of course, and especially to my team up here who have been working and dreaming and praying and figuring out how to lead this amazing new thing that we are doing tonight, that we figured out this year together. So I want to thank Deborah Ben Avram, Josh Lakin, the Cantro brothers. We have Jonah, we have Abe. We're so grateful for you guys on drum and on piano, and others who've, of course, helped to make this possible. Okay, 2 notes. 1, if you don't know the words, that's okay. In the Siddur, in the red book that you have in front of you, in red, if you look for English on the left side of the page, there's transliteration. So if you want to sing along to the words, you can try to read along with the transliteration. If you want to just do yai-dai-dai, do that too. If we're singing words, but you want to sing the melody, just yai-dai-dai your way through. We're going to sing most of Kabbalat Shabbat. We'll skip a few psalms. There's plenty of time for you to add in those psalms on your own if you would like. We're going to start first with a love song, which is where we call this gathering Yedid Nefesh, and we are so happy this time we get to share this night with Yedid Nefesh and the religious school confirmation celebration. So a special welcome to our confirmation families. So we're Yedid Nefesh, which is our first prayer, which is on page 10, which is a love song. So we say Yedid Nefesh, beloved of my soul, is the beginning of this song. And we find and harness this love for Shabbat, love for community, love for each other. Insert the 4 that means something to you. It's a love song, and we're going to start on page 10.
Tzavdav kemo haya nishtachaver el mohadav yerav lo yedidotav enofetzu bechol ta'am Adonai Zivaolam Nafshi cholam Ana el narefana la Beharot Yoam Zivaha Astiv Hazeh Sof nifsad mirot tiferet uzad elech Elohim alad libi Yerusana ve'al tikala Yigalena ufros havila
Beautiful. I can hear really beautiful singing, and I know there's more. I know there's more you could be offering. And I'll say I'll be the first one to make a mistake, sing out of tune. So that's okay. Please sing, even if you're not sure about how you sound. That really creates the spirit. So we're going to continue, page 11. Lechu neranana ladonai naharia letzur yishenu nekad mafana betata bizmur nevikil katonosh. Arba'im shana kut bedor v'ameram to'e levavheim ve'heim lo yadu derachai. Asher nishbati ve'api im yevon el menuchati. This is a really good one for singing, page 13.
Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru b'goyim kevodo, b'chol ha'amim nivlotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'lo me'od. Adonai Shamayim Asa Od Hadar Lefanav Ozeh Tiveret B'Mikdasho Habu l'Adonai Mishbechon Amim Habu l'Adonai Kavod Va'oz Habu l'Adonai Kavod Shemo Seu Mincha השתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ. אמרו בגויים, אדוני מלך, עתיקו תבל, בעל תימות, ידין עמים במישרים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ירמיה. אז ירננו כל הצער לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל מצדק ועמים במישרים. You know these words.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce, if they're ready, our speakers from our religious school class. We have two speakers. We have Abe Silverman, Brian Brodsky to share some reflections. If you want to go up to this podium here, we would love to hear from you. And I'll take this chance to thank, we have our religious school leadership here. We have Alicia, we have Tali, we also have Chazan Fradkin, and Rabbi Harris will also be here. Okay, you all ready? You're rock, paper, scissoring for who goes first? That sounds about right. But if you win, do you go first or do you go second?
I'll go second.
Okay. We can't wait to hear about the Sorkin trip.
That's not how that works.
Move the mic up. Yeah, good.
All right. Hello, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I was asked to write a few words about the Israel Sorkin trip. It's been a good few months since the trip, so everything's a bit hazy, but the feeling of the trip doesn't fade quickly. The Israel trip was the first time out of the country, so it was really exciting. When I decided to sign up, I was excited but nervous. Once I was on the trip, it was just excitement throughout. During the trip, we were on the move most of the time, asking questions, talking about things, and our connections to Jerusalem and our studies back home. Now, if you ask me what my favorite part about the trip was, I'd probably say something like the plane ride. And yeah, it was really fun. Oh, and the cat's really nice too. Though the real answer is because it was hard to pick just one event of the trip, because it all kind of melted together into one awesome experience. Then the weeks following I took for granted, but as the time between then and now grows, I long to go back to Israel, both because it's anywhere but here, and also because it's just it's a very important place in the Jewish community. It makes it so much more amazing when you're there, both because of the connections to the land, the history, and the sense of belonging as a Jewish person. I have to say, on the final day, when we went to the Western Wall, I felt very connected to the Jewish community with all the dancing and singing. I'm eager to go back. I have lots of family there, and I'd love to have some more time just to exist in Israel. I'd also love to go mountain biking in the desert. Meanwhile, I'll study up on the Hebrew, maybe get a rabies shot, and finally, while I have the last bit of attention, I want to say happy birthday to my grandma. And yeah.
Thank you. Brian?
Gotta lower the mic. I used to dread the idea of going to religious school. Waking up early on the weekends just to go back to school seemed like a burden. However, looking back on it now, I realize those early mornings were completely worth it. Religious school has played a huge role in strengthening my connection to Jewish culture and community, and I genuinely believe that I wouldn't be where I am today without it. The experience has had a significant impact on me as a Jewish individual and has been the most influential source of my Jewish education. It has taught me so many useful things: reading and writing Hebrew, reciting prayers, ethics and morality, Jewish history, and so much more. The religious school experience has changed me overall as a Jewish individual and has been the most impactful source of my Jewish education. However, this education would have been impossible if I had done it alone, which is why I'm so grateful for my 10th grade class for getting me and everyone else through it. We spent so much time together, from cookies and conversation, yellow stress balls, and Hershey kisses, to learning about Israeli politics and fighting anti-Semitism in our community. You guys have made religious school worthwhile, and I'm glad we all did it together. I'm also grateful for my opportunities working at Bethel Religious School and the Madrahim program to make learning better for the kids in the same classrooms I learned in. I've watched some of these kids grow and learn, and it really makes me happy knowing that I was not the only one able to go through the religious school program, but I was also able to give back to it. I have found that I no longer dread going to religious school. Learning things that are useful and interesting got better and better as time went on. And I hope every Jewish kid is able to have such a positive experience with religious school and learn the things that made it worthwhile. Thank you to the teachers, rabbis, and faculty that made this experience possible. Thank you to the parents who brought their kids in the program and helped fund it. And lastly, thank you to the students who made religious school as fun as it was, is, and always will be. Thank you.
Thank you. Yasher Koah. You represented your cohort beautifully. Thank you. We don't have to mention that part. Okay, let's continue. We're on page 21. We will rise for Psalm 29. Since we're standing, you could loosen up a little and do a little dancing if you want.
Kavul Adonai, Kavod Va'od. Kavul Adonai, Kevod Shemo Yishachavu Adonai, V'Hadrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai Amayim, El HaKavod Kiri, Adonai, Amayim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Be'ada, Kol Adonai Shomer Arazim, Shaber Adonai Eodei Habanon, V'Yarkidem Moeged Lebanon, Besir Yom Kemo Ben Reni, Kol Adonai Choreb Le'avodesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kodesh, Kol Adonai Yachal Hayalo, Vayecheso Ye'aharot, Kulo Merkavo, Adonai Lamadu Yashav Yeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yiten, Adonai Yevarech Le'amo V'Shalom.
We can be seated. We now turn to Lecha Dodi, page 23, when we will welcome in, also with a word of love, come, my beloved, to welcome the bride. Lecha Dodi, we will welcome this metaphorical Shabbat bride. And in that metaphor, please put what you want to put. So rest, peace, fun, something you need right now to come in for it to be Shabbat. So we're welcoming in this metaphor of a bride. Page 23.
Al Yad Ben Ishai Beit Halach Mi Al Yad Karash Ye'alah Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekabela. Oreri, oreri, kipa ha'oref, uri, 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 shir daveri, kevod Adonai, Alai nigla.
Dodi li kakala pene shama nechavela lo tevoshi velo dechami matish tochafi umateni bach yesu ayami benita ayetila Dodi li kakala pene shama nechavela
Hayulim shiso, shosayin rakokuko,
Nevalai, Yasisalai, Elohai,
Isos katan, Ahala, Lecha dodi, Likakala, Pene Shabbat nekabela, Yaminu smol, Tifroti ve'et Adonai, Da'aritir al Yadish, Ben Parsi,
Ben Ismecha, Ben Agila,
Lecha dodi, likakala, ene Shabbat nekabela, boir shalom, ateret hala, gam besimcha, uvetzolat ochemune, aham segula, boir chala. Dodi li kakala pene Shabbat nekabela.
We can be seated. Page 27, a special psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. It is good to thank you, Adonai. ולזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. The bottom of page 28, the middle. עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולת בו. Now we turn to page 30, and if you're in mourning or observing a yahrzeit, please join me for the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra kirutei ve'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ule'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudasha, brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Can be seated. And now we have some words from Rabbi Harris to our confirmation class.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. that I will tell you, if I was not here for the picture earlier this week, I would not recognize any of you. You clean up good. This is not your typical Tuesday night outfit that you're wearing. That I've been thinking about salutations. Now, salutation, I love the word. That I think I was probably first introduced to the word salutations by watching Charlotte's Web when I was a kid. So it's greetings. It's greetings when you come in. Salutations are also greetings when you leave. And in Hebrew, there are so many salutations, right? If you ever listen to Israelis talk, it sounds like they have like 5 minutes of just, how are you? No, how are you? And they ask it so many different ways. What's going on? All of these different ways. And when you conclude, you also have a whole series of ways. There's a controversy. Some people say that you should say, when you sign a letter, le shalom, which would mean that you're going towards peace, right? Or beshalom, that you're in a peaceful place already, right? So we can't even get shalom right, how we do it. There's kol tuv, right? All good things, all tov things should come to you. But the one I like the most, which is actually least understood, is Yedid, in friendship, right? In friendship. And it feels like that's the proper salutation for this moment of confirmation. Because you guys have experienced so many things over these years of being at Bethel, and certainly it is captured by the idea of friendship. You know, it's funny, information we can just Google. If you need the date of something, you could just Google a date or who was someone. We want you to be Jewishly literate. So some of those things will just be incorporated into who you are. And honestly, if you've forgotten, you can just Google it. But look at the grown-up, for the grown-ups here, how many of you remember the synagogue that you grew up in? Right? Have an experience. No, you can raise your hand. Right? Larry is excited. So, right? That's the enthusiasm, right? So, because you remember the synagogue, you may not remember about a particular class or this, right? That's the information part. But what you remember is that feeling of beyedidut, of being in friendship and connection with one another. And I know, I'm witnessing it right now. This friendship that you guys have formed sometimes has spilled over to the frustration of whoever might be speaking to you. Hi, guys. But I also got to see it spill over in the streets of Jerusalem with many of you, and in the streets of Tel Aviv, and in the Dead Sea, and in places that we experienced, that many of us experienced together in December on the Sorkin trip. Right? And thank you to Abe and to Brian for speaking earlier in the service about your experiences. So my prayer for you, my charge for you, my hope for you is that this sense of beyedidut isn't just something that you leave with as a salutation, but something that you always hold on to and feel that that is what Bethel is for you. A place that you can be friends, where you have found friends, where you have discovered new things with your friends and with a clergy and staff that care for you. So this isn't goodbye, l'shalom. It is not a goodbye, kol tuv, with all good blessings. It is a salutation of in friendship and in partnership with each other, that we wish you well and Shabbat Shalom. So mazel tov on this moment.
Shabbat Shalom, mazel tov. Biyedidut. That connection also with what does it mean to be cared about, to be Yedid, right? There's a connection there too with Yedid Nefesh. Okay, we started the evening, we started Kabbalat Shabbat with a love song, with Yedid Nefesh. With a piyut, which is a poem. We are going to start Mariv also with another piyut, another poem. This one is from the Moroccan community, Mizrahi. It's from the 16th century, and it also has themes of love So we're going to read, the words are Yala, Yala, Boi, Lagani, my doe, speaking to someone we love, come to my garden, come to me. Heinetz Rimon Parcha Gafni, the pomegranates are in bloom, my vines have flowered. So we have this beautiful biblical kind of 16th century poetry. We will sing mostly the melody, but you'll also hear those words a little bit. You don't have them in front of you. Just do the Yedid. Sing along with us. You'll get into that Mizrahi zone with us for this second love song of the night. So we're going to sing Yalla Yalla. Ready? Okay. Josh, do you want to? I skipped over the part where Josh, that's why he was looking at me. Please tell us about this, because actually you're the one who found this for us. So I want you to tell us, please, where you found it.
Just for a second, the Chazan and my friend Dara over here, they know I'm always on a roots kick. Not roots in Philly or even in Ukraine, but my 2,000-year-old roots back in Eretz Yisrael. I've gotten to learn some Middle Eastern instruments, and coming with those instruments is a new system of music called maqamat, or it's kind of a mode is the best way to translate that. And it's the same mode that Mizrahi Jews have also used for thousands of years when they pray. And Rabbi Migdal told me about a place to pray called Kehilat Yerushalayim when I was there in November. Mm-hmm. And I learned songs like this one, and I wanted to share it with the congregation.
Thank you. Yes, Josh brought this from Zion, straight from Jerusalem.
And it's Yom Yerushalayim.
It's Yom Yerushalayim. It
That's
is.
right.
We're transitioning from Yom Yerushalayim. Perfect. Okay.
Yalla, 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 boi legani. Yalla, 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 boi legani. Cheletz rimon gam parcha gavni. Yadadai, 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 yalla, 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 boi legani. Yalla, 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 boi legani. Enetz rimon gam parcha gavni. Enetz rimon gam parcha gavni. Yalla, 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 boi legani. Yalla, 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 boi legani. Enetz rimon gam parcha gavni. Enetz rimon gam parcha gavni.
Beautiful. Thank you all for listening and singing along. We'll continue with Mariv. We're going to start with Baruch, page 39a. We will rise for Baruch. Baruch et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. You can be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'yivro. El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Vahed. Baruch Atah Adonai Hamari Varavim. Page 40, Ahavat Olam. Please sing with us.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachneinu u'bekumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha. Nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hein chayenu ve'orech yameinu, ve'orech yameinu. V'ha'egei yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'avatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meotecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam beshivtecha beveitecha ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך. והיה עם שמעתי. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם בסולם ציצית אכן והביאתם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת ואמונה, כל זאת וקיים עלינו, page 43. The top of 44. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות הוסף מלכותך ראו בניך חוקי הים לפני משה זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל. Page 45. Hashkivenu, our blessing for peace before sleep.
Sorry. I'm crowding you.
Ready?
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Ushmor tzetzenu U'o'enu L'chaim u'shalom Me'ata v'yad olam Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim
Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We rise on page 46 for Veshamru. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba. Ve'amad yivrach yirtei ve'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'gala uv'yizman kariv ve'himeru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damihiran be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Continue with the silent personal Amidah, page 47, beginning. Continue on page 53, but please continue if you're still davening. Please continue on your own. Vayechulu. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ מגן אבות בדברו מחיי מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם כי בם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית 54 אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך לטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך וינוחו וישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה ביום דברך ירתה וימליך מלכותה בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתמרם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילם עם כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן תקבל צלות ההון ובהון דכל ישראל קודם אבוהון די ושמיה ואמרו אמן יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו Amen. Page 55, I would like to invite, we'll find the Kiddush cup, it should probably is in the back there, and we'll invite the confirmation class to come up and lead Friday Night Kiddush on page 55. Do we see it back there? Great. It's on its way. We'll get one from next door. You guys remember it?
Yeah, some of us.
Go right here. This will be a test if they remember Friday Night Kiddush. When did you learn it? For your B'nai Mitzvah, probably, right? Yeah. Yeah. Good. 5th grade? Okay. 4th grade. Tali says 4th grade. 3rd grade. Okay. Anyway, a long time ago, but you can do it. Actually, I'm going to ask you to move closer so we can hear you in the mic. Yeah. Yes. And even closer.
Okay.
And we're getting the Kiddush cup. Anyone of you have another story from Israel you want to share in this moment? Thank you, Chazan Fradkin. Who's holding it? You have to rock, paper, scissors, all, each of you?
We discussed this before, obviously.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, you're up. Amen. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzavanu v'shabbat kadsho v'ahavat v'ratzon yilanu zikaron ma'aseh b'reishit ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'e kodesh zeher l'tziyat Mitzrayim ki banu v'avarta ki otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshcha yahavu ratzon hinatanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat. Amen. Nicely done. Nicely done. Yasher koach.
Oh, it's okay.
Someone has to take a sip. Thank you.
How is it?
Thank you. You guys are welcome to stay up there, but you're done.
Okay.
Very, very nice. Okay, we're going to count the Omer. This is fun. Turn to page 63. So last night we counted, we're going to say the blessing and then we're going to actually count. Last night we counted 43 days, so we'll figure out where the next one will be. So join me with the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Now we turn the page a little bit. Hayom arba'a ve'arba'im yom shehem shisha shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is 44 days, 6 weeks, and 2 days of the Omer. Now we turn back a little bit to page 56 for Aleinu. You know this one. Are you a group that does the Alkin, Nakave, the second paragraph? Okay, we'll just do it the regular way. 56, rise for Aleinu. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leyotzer reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Can be seated for a moment. We remember this week the following yartzites. We remember our great Rabbi Emeritus, Rabbi Samuel Skolnick, Richard Jenger, Myra Bernkrant, Louis Gernstadt, Anne Spiegel, Marilyn Kirshner, Sylvia Wolf, Fred Sotokow, Doris F. Goldstein, Mark Catan, Eileen Koch, Daniel Mann, Marianne Schisler, Tikva Heff, Doris Silverman, and Ira Harkavy. We also extend our condolences to Jonathan and Eileen Kay on the death of Jonathan's father, Frederick Kay, grandfather of Annabelle and Joseph Kay. And we remember those for whom we're still in the Shloshim period: Laser Charno, Lois Schenk, Sandra Greer, Lori Farrington, Andrew Swire, David Stutman, and Annette Goldberg. May all their memories be for a blessing. And if there's someone here who's observing a yartzeit, if you want to add a name, you're very welcome to at this time. Okay. Stuart Kaplan. Zichronam livracha. May all their memories be for a blessing. And if you are in mourning or observing a yartzeit, please join me on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Ba'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye techol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ule'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei tekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We can be seated for a minute. Whew. This has been a beautiful night. I have so much gratitude. I could not have more gratitude for this team up here on the bima with me. We have the Cantro brothers. So Abe Cantro is a regular core part of our group. We love his piano playing. Jonah Cantro is making a guest appearance, and we are so grateful for you playing on drums. Josh Lakin, who helps us have our musical core and even find music from Jerusalem this time. Deborah Ben Avram has a voice that gives me chills, so beautiful. I'm so grateful for this team, and I'm so grateful for all, you have a fan club right here. I'm so grateful for all of you for coming here, for my colleagues, and big mazel tov to, of course, our confirmation class. We're going to celebrate you even more. We have a dinner next door for you and your families. You're very invited to come next door for dinner. Everyone else is welcome. We're also going to have an oneg for anyone who's not in the confirmation group. I want to give a big thank you and recognize my colleagues who are here and tell me if I'm missing. So I know we have a lot of our religious school teachers. So if you're a religious school teacher, if you want to raise your hand, we're so grateful for you. Yes, thank you. We're so glad you're here. Also, we have Alicia, we have Tali, we have Allison, we have Rabbi Harris, we have Chazan Fradkin. Please tell me if there are others here. I heard that we have our new president of the shul is here, Madam President Sarah Gordon. It's true. I see her. It's true. So thank you to our staff. Thank you to Ethan, our sound tech, to Pam, who's behind the scenes, making sure everything happens beautifully. Our next Yedid Nefesh is on June 16th, the third week of June. And please come and bring your friends, because this is really a fun way to go into Shabbat dinner or to begin your Shabbat together. So we're going to close with Shalom Aleichem, which is a fun one. So to return to page, you can turn to page 73, or I think it's also somewhere else. Definitely on 73. And come get a shaker, and someone might pass them out. Paz is going to pass out shakers, so you can be part of our percussion for this last song.
Also, Allison Brown is here from the school.
Yeah. Allison Brown. We could not do anything without Allison.
It's hard because you don't want to hand them out to anyone.
Yeah. Page 73. We're going to do a fast one. It goes like this. We're actually going to sing it together, but the one that goes, Shalom Aleichem Malachei Yashar. So get ready, okay? Ready for that one?
Let's do it.
3 times each line.
Shalom Aleichem Malachei Yasharim Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Yasharim Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Yasharim Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kolchem Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kolchem Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kolchem Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Satan Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Satan Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Satan Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyonim Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.